Welcome back to the Linda Miller Room. In this edition of the Eagles Sports Coaches Show, Sean Woods has joined us now. Big week for Morehead State basketball. Season ended on Saturday night. Probably not the note you wanted it to win on, but your last road trip, you had a nice win at Tennessee State on Thursday.
Well, we did, and I thought we played well enough, tough enough, and Tennessee State being resilient as they were at home, especially trying to break their own record for most home wins in a season. Our guys held on. We shot the ball extremely well, especially early throughout the game, and we did what we needed to do down the stretch finally to win the basketball game, and that was gratifying. But going into Tennessee Tech, whenever you lose your point guard, and that's been, that was the reason why we struggled. We just didn't have that guy, Devon, to really calm things down and make plays for everyone. And, we were kind of scrambling at that position, and we still held on, had a chance to win, but had a couple bonehead mistakes down the stretch. But you know what? We did what we wanted to do. I still like my locker room. And hopefully, Devon comes back. I still like my chances this week in the OVC tournament.
We mentioned Tennessee State and what athletes they have.
Right.
You were up 87-70 with 6:50 to go, had a 5-second call, and it just seemed like that kicked them in. And you as a coach, you know that the home team's always going to make that final run.
No doubt about it.
And they scored 30 points in the last 7 minutes of the game.
Exactly.
But give your boys credit. When they had to make the play, they made the play, and I think that shows from day one to now how much they've grown as not only as players but as teammates.
Exactly, and we made free throws down the stretch. We didn't turn the ball over quite as much down the stretch, but we fouled.
Yeah.
And we allowed the clock to stop, and they got to the free throw line. And we got to do a better job of that, especially in the tournament. But I like where we are because we've been battle tested, and we've weathered the storm. Unfortunately, we had a little setback because of our point guard play, Devon getting hurt against Tennessee Tech, and they were resilient because they had nothing to lose, especially at home their last game. But, I like where we are. We just got to continue to grow throughout this tournament. And if we can continue to get better and seize the moment, I like our chances.
Yeah, Tech, by the time the game started, knew they had been eliminated. Up to about 30 minutes before the game,
Right.
They were right into the situation. Plus, senior night at Tennessee Tech kind of gave them a little more motivation, I think.
No doubt about it. And their senior, he gave them everything, gave us everything we wanted. He was resilient and made every big play down the stretch. And I got to tip my hat off to him. But there was water under the bridge. It didn't hurt us as far as seeding was concerned. I would rather go into the tournament on a win, on a high note. But under the circumstances, we're fine right now. We just got to continue to take care of our business. Hopefully Devon can become healthy enough for him to orchestrate what he's been doing for the last 4 or 5 games.
You win 3 out of your last 5. One of the losses, a double overtime loss here to Murray. And then the Tech game after your point guard, Atkinson, went down. Playing pretty good basketball at this time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to feel that way.
No doubt about it. And this is what you want to do. You want to peak. Guys people are like, why are you so hard on them? I see, the light at the end of the tunnel. You got to do this, especially starting with a new team and implementing your system and things like that. So I think we've done a good job. I think we've gotten better. I think we're peaking at the right time. And that's exactly what you want. Next year, it'll become sooner, and the following year, it'll become sooner than that. So I like where we are, and I like where our program's headed.
Angelo Warner in the 16 OVC games, I think, has raised his level a little bit. He's averaging 11.9 points, 4.7 rebounds, shooting 78% from the free throws, but he's shooting 45% three-point shots and almost 46 from the floor. Angelo, I thought he started off a little slow, but I think he
did.
Offensively, he's done well in the OVC, but he's probably one of your better defensive players as well.
No, he is our best defensive player. He's our best overall basketball player, and he's still learning. He's just a sophomore, still makes little mistakes here and there down the stretch, but he's getting better, and the future's very bright for him and what we're bringing in too. So I'm very happy about Angelo's progress thus far, and we need him to continue to play like a man, like he's been playing the last few games throughout the OVC tournament for us to have a chance.
Do you have to talk to your seniors now, or is it kind of understood? They know the fact that, it's time's ticking down.
They know. We had a meeting yesterday,
Yeah.
and they know. We lose now, it's over. Your career's over as a college basketball player, and you don't want to end on a sour note. You want to end on a great note, and I just challenged them. I said, there's no tomorrow, so you got to give everything you got. Can't take off on any plays. You got to play with a resiliency and a mental toughness that I know you can do. You just got to do it consistently. And if you can do it for 4 games, hey, we're going to the NCAA tournament. And, it's not like we can't do it. We've shown that we can. Now we got to do it on a consistent basis for 4 straight days.
Rough to play 4 straight games in 4 straight days, but as you said, it's been done before.
Well, I'll tell you what. We lost to Western Kentucky, my Mississippi Valley State team last year, to a team that had a subpar regular season, but they turned it on at the right time, and they won 3 or 4 straight games in the Sun Belt Conference,
Yeah.
and then came back to beat us in the first round of the NC2A. So it can be done. And this team really reminds me of that Western Kentucky team, the way our season went. And, new coach, the whole 9 yards. So, everybody's buying in. They know what I expect now. And as you can see it coming. And unfortunately, we don't have any more regular season games to get better. But, hey, we're peaking at the right time. And I don't think too many teams in our tournament, in our league, want to play us in the OVC tournament.
You've had, 31 games under your belt now at Morehead State. From day one to now, we've talked about seeing the progress. What you've been most happy with?
Well, I've been most happy with the progress, where we started. We were playing on emotion at the beginning of the year. We didn't know what we were doing as a team. They were just playing hard, but they didn't know what they were doing. Then reality set in, and it became a drag a little bit because now you're getting into the core. Your body's tired, weary, things like that mentally, and we're still as coaches, pushing for them to get to this point. And it was kind of some resiliency at first, but then now they're all bought in, and now you see what we can be and what we're trying to do with our system. And the other night, that's what you're going to see for the most part, shooting a lot of threes, playing fast, our pressure, making the right play most of the time under that type of situation. And it's coming. We lost a couple of tight games, one to Murray, one at Oakland.
Yeah.
And, they both came down to the wire, so we're giving ourselves a chance. And now we just got to capitalize like we did at Tennessee State. And we got the bad one out of the way, which was Tennessee Tech.
Yeah.
So now I think that was a wake-up call. It may have been, something good for us. And if we can just take advantage of that, going in with a great confidence that we're playing with house money. The pressure's on Belmont, the pressure's on Murray, the pressure's on Eastern. We're going in, we're flying high with a lot of confidence and nothing to lose, and I think that's a great way to go into a tournament.
Sean Woods is our guest, talking a little Morehead State basketball. Of course, Morehead State men taking on UT Martin Wednesday in the Ohio Valley Conference tournament. And, Sean, if you take a look at the individuals, I know you hate as a coach to talk about the individual. It's a team thing. Mm-hmm. But you have players like Chad Postumus and Drew Kelly and the people that you see night in and night out that they give you a great effort. May not be the talented people in the league. Mm-hmm. They give you effort and adapting to the new style. 2 big guys, it's hard to run the floor sometimes.
No doubt about it. And, it was an adjustment to both of them, but both of them are getting better. Next year they'll be much better, especially with, the off-season workouts and things like that. So the futures look so bright. I'm so happy, but I still want to conquer this year because these seniors deserve it, I think. And they're finally bought in because in 6 months, it's hard to play this way.
Yeah.
And you never played this way before and learn it in 6 months. And it's been a crash course for everyone, And they give me everything they've got, and I think they deserve to have some success, especially towards the end of the year.
As you mentioned, they have given you everything they got. It went through that rough stretch, but as a coach, as a player, you can learn from that, and I think that's what turned the corner for you.
No doubt about it. And when you a new coach and he's implementing something that they've never done before, and they've never been asked to play this hard, play this fast, you're going to have a lot of mistakes, turnovers, things like that. But towards the end, you know, their bodies went through the shock, mentally too. And now we are where we are. That's the reason why we're playing better now, because now they see it, they understand it, and now they play with a lot of confidence too.
You know, we talked about Devon, and we won't go into detail, but you know, his injury, you know, is very important to your club, and you know, as we talked about before we went on, it's a day-to-day thing. I know people are tuning in tonight and they want 100% answer whether he'll be 100% or not, but guess what? It's a day-to-day thing, because ankles are, you know, you see how they are nowadays. Right. The high ankle strain, the low strain, and, you know, and it's a situation where I guess until he hits the floor at Municipal Auditorium, you'll never know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you know, he practiced yesterday, went through some things, and today hopefully he'll be better, and tomorrow hopefully he'll be ready. So I think time's on our side. We're not going to rush him in anything, but by God, we need him.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, too, where you hate to say this. It's the fact that if he hadn't be injured, it was okay to be injured in that final game because you got 3 days of practice to get ready, because this could have been, you know, the first game of the tournament.
Right.
And then you have a quick turnaround and no practice time at all.
No.
At least you get to prepared with and without him.
Exactly. And, you know, it's an obstacle that we got to overcome, but hopefully he can get healthy enough to just be normal Devon. And I think if he's normal Devon, especially tomorrow night, hopefully that's good enough.
Number 5, Morehead State taking on UT Martin, coming up on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time. What have you noticed? The Skyhawks have played better in the second half of the season than they did the first half.
Well, they have, and you know, they got some injuries too. You know, their best post player is injured also, so he's day-to-day too. So, you know, they're playing much better. You know, they're playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more resiliency, and they've had some big wins. You know, they upset Murray. So they're playing on a high right now, but this is the time when most teams want to be peaking, and you know, everybody wants to peak at this time. So that's the beauty of college basketball.
When you win on Wednesday night, we'll say win. See, have that tournament. Got that tournament lingo down. When we win on Wednesday, we play Thursday against Tennessee State. That would be a great matchup again. But you've been through the Ohio Valley Conference for 1 year now. What's impressed you about the league?
Well, no one's ever safe.
Yeah.
You know, you can get beat in this league at any time. It's hard to win on the road, of course, but it's a very, very competitive league, and it's gotten better because of Belmont, of course, and, you know, Murray's always going to be there. So it's always going to be a challenge, but it's a fun league. I've enjoyed it thus far. Now I know exactly what I need to do to be successful in this league, and, you know, I know now. So I've got a year under my belt, and know what to expect and know what to come in with.
SWAC might be a little more athletic than the Ohio Valley Conference, but it seems like the Ohio Valley Conference has different styles. I mean, you have to prepare differently no matter who you're playing.
No doubt about it. You know, you got coaches who want to slow it down. You got coaches who like playing zone. You got, you know, the SWAC, top half of the SWAC is just as good as any team in the OVC.
Yeah.
But the bottom teams aren't as good as the bottom teams in the OVC. So, but both of them create a great challenge. Both of them are great conferences, and you know, we're looking forward to years to come in the OVC of having success.
Of course, people can still buy tickets to the OVC tournament coming up on Wednesday night, and of course, they can go to msueagles.com to get the latest information. Airtime will be at 6:45. Tip-off time 7 o'clock. Have you ever been to the arena yet, or are you going to get a chance to go?
I'll have a chance to go tomorrow. We're not going to practice in there tonight.
So, leaving on Tuesday.
Yep.
Going down there and have a good night's sleep.
Right.
Have a good shoot around tomorrow morning at the arena.
Right.
Play tomorrow night. Is that the plans?
Yeah, we're not going to even shoot around there. They're only giving us 20 minutes, and we got to go at 10. So we're not going to even shoot around. We're just going to get warmed up there right before the game. We're going to practice at Belmont on Tuesday in the evening, and be ready to go Wednesday.
I know a lot of people excited about the OVC tournament at Morehead State University. We appreciate your time, and good luck, and we'll see you down in Nashville.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Sean Woods, head coach, Morehead State University. We'll come back with more. This is the Eagle Sports Coaches Show.